tend to wake up around 5 or 6 in the morning, and then I put my kettle on. I make myself some Dandy Blend tea, which is a mix of dandelion root and chicory. It's a good substitute, it's a good substitute for coffee. And as you can see, I still am groggy from waking up. But it looks like a beautiful day, and hopefully I will get some work done. Usually in the morning, while I wait for the kettle to boil, I sit on the couch and I do some meditating, and then I pray my rosary. I'm a witch, but I pray a rosary. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, but today, of course, I couldn't because I was thinking about, oh, I'm going to vlog this weekend. Look at my gray hair. It's cute. I'm gonna vlog this weekend, and you know, I just couldn't concentrate on meditation, which will, you know, will happen when you have ADD. Anyway, today, I'm hoping to find a live stream to hop on. I'm terrible at finding live streams, and when I try to plan ahead, I never know what time they start, because I feel like the time on YouTube is the time of the person creating the live stream. Maybe I'm wrong though. That wouldn't really make sense, would it? Anyway, and I got cut off because my phone is out of space. I might not get to do this vlog this weekend. I need a new phone. Once I find a live stream or something to kind of fill the background noise here, I am going to be working on some poetry, because this is, it's Camp NaNoWriMo, which I'm not doing. But it is also napowrimo, which is National Poetry Writing Month. And I don't really know what the rules for napowrimo are. But this year, sort of my, not resolution, but resolution, was to sort of have a more dedicated poetry practice. Because poetry is my first love, and I've sort of been more into the fiction the past few years. But I'm feeling a pull back toward poetry. And so far so good. I've been, I don't set goals. That's a thing that I don't do. Because disappointments, right? We don't want disappointments. So we don't set goals here. But just intentions to spend a little more time doing the things that I want to do. So I would like to work on some poetry today, or possibly flash fiction, because I've been very interested in that lately. I used to write a bit of flash, like in high school, which was years ago. I graduated in 2002, if you care. Yeah, so yeah, I might try to do some flash fiction. And then also today I'm going to be working on some bookbinding. I'm going to be gluing a spine that I have, of a text block that I have sewn by hand. And then, yeah, I mean, there's not much to show with that. I'm just slapping glue on it, but I can show you my, my very amateur book press, which we assembled in 10 minutes, like including drilling the holes and everything. I'll show you. It's pretty funny, but it works. And yeah, so hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll have a cool hand-bound onion skin book to show off as well. Maybe, probably not by the end of the weekend actually, because things take time to dry, so I probably won't have it completed, but I can show some of the process, or I can extend this until it's done. whatever, if anyone cares. So yeah, time to get on YouTube and see what's happening. Say good morning. Hello again. So it is about noon and I'm, you know, put together. I've showered, my hair's in a top knot while it dries. And yeah, this morning was kind of a bust. I couldn't find a writing sprint to join. I guess there weren't any, I don't know. I did watch a writing sprint by Jules the Dawdling Writer, and I joined in a couple of those, you know. I just pretended that I was there. Isn't that sad? You know that Nathan Fielder meme where he's like, my friends are here laughing too, just out of frame. That's me. That's me. Anyway, my husband had to work this morning at like 8, so I didn't get to work into the early morning or late morning. Anyway, what I managed to write, it wasn't really a poem. Maybe it's like a prose poem. Hardly anything at all, just like one page in here, which is a tiny field notes. I just had a memory of sitting eating breakfast with my grandfather, and so I just wrote a few lines about that. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I'm feeling very uninspired lately, that's my problem, and I just need to force myself to write something. But maybe I don't need to force myself to write something. Maybe I just need to accept that I am uninspired. Don't mind the mess. Anyway, I am going to glue the spine of my book that I am binding. And while I am recording that, I will maybe talk about it a little bit.
Who's a good girl? Is Heidi a good girl? Is Heidi a good girl? Is this your belly right here? Is this your belly? You want a rubbins? You want a rubbins on that belly? Are you working on my stitching for me? Wow, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, baby girl. Look at this baby girl. You're so silly. You're so silly.
Okay, so here's my press. We made this and it took like 5 minutes. This is just wood that we've had in the garage. We've got these poles and then these little wing nuts. And right here, I have my text block that I've sewn. And I've curved the spine a little bit, or tried to. You know, I don't have proper bookbinding tools, but this is what I have. So I'm going to use some fancy bookbinding glue, which is just, it's called Jade PVA. Oh, you got underwear on. Good. I'm happy for you.
I see my underwear.
I don't want to see your underwear right now. Thank you, though. Anyway, I'm going to glue this and leave it to dry. Okay, so here's my glued spine. I put it on pretty thick and cleaned it up as best I could. Yeah. Doesn't look too pretty, of course. I'm an amateur. Hello, I just wanted this book. Look how dirty this is underneath. Like, I didn't even care. I'm trash.
You're trash. You're right. You're trash.
The next step in this book is to let that dry, and it'll probably take like 24 hours. And I gotta try not to touch it while it dries because I like touching things. And what can I say? And then after that, I will cut some end papers and glue those on. And then I haven't decided what I'm gonna do because I curved the spine. That means my edges are gonna be jaggedy on the edge. Oh, sorry, finger. It's gonna have like a curve in the opposite, you know, because I curved the spine, so it's gonna have a curve at the end. So I'm trying to figure out how to solve that problem. I was reading online, they said that you could take it to like Kinko's sometimes and they'll trim it for you. which is kind of what I'm leaning toward because I don't have, like I said, proper bookbinding supplies. So possibly tomorrow I will take it to get trimmed and then start working on my cover. Okay, he's really obnoxious, gotta go. Good morning. It is about 5:45 a.m. on Sunday, and yeah, yesterday was a bust. I didn't really write anymore, even though I had plenty of time alone. My husband took the kids on a little hike to a beach, and I had tons of time to just like be by myself. But my prime writing time is in the morning, and if it's not in the morning, I tend to just veg out when I get time alone. You know, I mean, I veg out anyway. All the time. I mean, I'm a vegetable, really. So anyway, yeah. No more writing happened yesterday, but this morning I will be joining some live sprints. Yeah, I found 3 going on today. So one is with Zara Hoffman, and then another one is with Writing Violet. So I'm gonna try to join those, and then Writing Violet has another one at like 11 p.m., which I wrote down I might try to join it, but like, let's be honest, I'm asleep by 9. I'm an elderly woman, okay? I go to sleep at like 8 o'clock and then I wake up at 5:45. Okay. Anyway, before that time, 6 a.m., I am going to take my text block that I created and glued out of my press and have a look at it and see how it did. I don't know. This is the first time I've actually made a perfect bound, like codex style book. So, yeah, I'm excited. So I got it out. Not completely happy with the results because I have some like buckling here. Well, that's really ghosting out there. A little bit of buckling of the paper here. I think I got it a little too wet and I didn't like that very much. But I'm not worried about it too much. This side is better. Except the string got glued down. Anyway, it feels pretty sturdy. Much sturdier than before I glued it. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like anything really leaked in between pages, so it seems like my press pretty much worked. This paper's pretty thin. This is similar to like tracing paper, but it's 100% wood and has a nice sizing on it that's good for fountain pens and the like. So, yeah, I'm excited. But, as I mentioned, when you turn it this way, you can see, because I curved the spine a little bit, very badly, it needs to be trimmed. It will not stay focused on this. Okay, it will not, I can't deal with that. So I need to go to Kinko's and see if they can trim that for me. And I also probably have them trim the top as well. Okay, well, how do I show? It's not perfectly level on the top or the bottom either. So hopefully they can shave a few millimeters off there, and then, I don't know, a centimeter, less than a centimeter, half a centimeter on that edge. And then I will do the rest of the binding. 4 minutes left of the sprint, and I got nothing. So I pulled a prompt from my little basket of prompts, and it was fingers. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about like the fingers of my grandfather and grandmother. I have a picture of them, of just their hands holding each other, and they're old and wrinkled, and you know, that's a nice image. And then I'm like thinking about like the fingers of little mice and things, and you know, I don't know, little creepy crawly guys. And that's all I got. That's as far as I got. Nothing got put on paper. And I'm having kind of a realization here. This is supposed to be my year of poetry, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to write poetry, and it just doesn't work that way for me. Poetry. If I'm not inspired, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't feign inspiration. So, yeah. I want to try maybe doing some just like stream of consciousness stuff, maybe some automatic writing. Let the demons in, you know what I mean? Or maybe next sprint I'll do flash fiction. Yeah, might as well, right? I wanted to do flash fiction anyway, so yeah. Yeah. Next sprint, I'm just gonna write whatever I want, just whatever. If it's a poem, whatever. If it's whatever, it's whatever. If it's, you know, whatever. I was at a lovely park here in Silverdale, where I live, and I got really cold. And now I'm sitting in the car because the husband and the kids are still out there because, you know, children don't have nerve endings. They could just be cold. It's weird. I don't know. I cannot regulate my own body temperature. I'm a chihuahua. Anyway, so we swung by FedEx and I got my book trimmed. They were able to do it for me. So here it is. See the difference? Compare that to earlier, right? Super happy with it. It cost like $7 to do. So totally worth it to save myself the heartache of trying to do that myself. Anyway, so today's progress. I joined 3 live streams today. Yeah, 3. And got quite a bit of work done. I finished 1 poem. And then I have a 3-part prose poem that I'm working on, and I got 2 of the 3 parts of it finished, so yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Part of me is wondering if I should read it on here. I never share. Maybe I should, maybe I will, we'll see. Anyway, once we get home, I'm going to measure my book, trim my book boards and my end papers. I bought, oh, I can't show you though because it's rolled up, but we swung by the art shop, local art shop here, and I got some huge things of paper. Ugh. Handmade, hand marbled paper to use as end papers in my book, so I'm excited about that. Yeah. I don't know if I'll finish this today. I don't think I will, but I might just extend this vlog to not be a weekend vlog. Maybe it'll be a 3-day vlog. I don't know. Anyway, but the remainder of my time in this car will be spent reading the Testaments. It's pretty damn good. I do enjoy The Handmaid's Tale. The problem I have with it is it makes me a man-hater. I was reading it earlier in the week and Max came up, he works from home, and he came upstairs at the end of his workday and like tried to talk to me, and I was reading and I was just like, ugh! I was so mad at him. I was so mad. I'm just like, men, you all suck. And so then I had to make dinner and I felt put upon, you know, because like I'm subservient, right? Please. This is the life I chose. Like I am totally fine making dinner most days, but this day I was like, who am I, huh? Am I your Martha? Like, what am I doing? Right, okay. Anyway, it's just rough. It's like a traumatizing book to read. Ugh, yeah. It's good though. Okay, so I guess it's time to show my finished hardcover book. You could already see an issue that I am having. I made my spine way too big. Now, I had a first attempt where I underestimated the size of my boards, and so when I tried again, I overestimated, of course, as one does. So you can kind of see it's a little too big. I did curve the spine. It was kind of hard to do because this board is pretty thick. I probably should have got a thinner board to use on the spine, but yeah, it's pretty comical. But I have my headbands. Sorry I didn't show this whole process, but yeah, I just wanted to get it done. So you open it, and here is my fancy end papers. It's metallic and really pretty. I'm obsessed. It makes me think of Jupiter. So here's the first page. This is how the end paper was attached. In the future, I would like to try a sewn in end paper instead of glued. So you just treat the end paper like one of your folios and you sew it in to the text block itself instead of gluing it. But live and learn. Another thing about this paper, you can see here how thin it is. You can see through. But it's a very delicate paper, and I was a little rough with it when I was sewing it, so there are these little folds and stuff happening, buckling a little bit, but whatever, it's fine. And then the back also has these end papers. Look, this looks like Jupiter. Like, it really does. Like, this is the storm, and this is like the swirling planet. Obsessed, obsessed. Okay. But yeah, you can also see here, like, whoops, this is a lot of extra board. So I even overcompensated on these as well, and it's just kind of silly. So I'm gonna see how this works. I'll write in it a little bit and see if this giant spine is annoying. And I have ordered bookbinding tape, which is used for repairs typically. But what I might end up doing is cutting the spine off, or at least part of the spine, some of this extra, and then using the bookbinding tape to sort of mask it, and it'll come over like, you know, to like here. And I ordered a burgundy color because I thought that would be good with, you know, the inside in this. So there aren't a lot of color options available, but you do what you can. So there we go. That's my book. Oh, another issue is this. See, my folios aren't completely like secured in there, and I'm not sure what to do about that, but whatever, it's fine. It's for me, it's not for sale. It was for fun. I've always wanted to try this, and I did, and I learned. So next one will be better, I promise. Hello, it is Tuesday, April 27th, and I thought, since I kind of teased about it earlier, that I would get my shit together and share my poem that I wrote over the weekend. Keep in mind that this has not been perfected, and I have never done like a live poetry reading or anything like that, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so this poem might change in the future because it has not been really edited too much. This is just to show what I can come up with in a weekend, okay? And yeah, I think it's a cute poem. There's a little bit of swearing in it, so if you're sensitive, maybe there's 1.5 bad words in it, I'd say. Which actually is not typical of my poems. I don't usually swear. I'm not a Bukowski, right? But yeah, this poem just needed it, I think. So okay, here we go. You never come down here, do you? 3-toed claws grasp tight to the tree bark. Your fur its own ecosystem, tinted with algae. High as a fucking kite, and totally fine with it. But me, I need my underbrushes, my holes in the soil, damp and mildewed. Without my predators, what would I think about? Would I still be a mouse if nothing pursued me? Would I create foxes from poppies and rose thorns just to keep grounded? Or could I ascend into the dappled light of high branches and piss while I hang there on creatures below? Too slow for worries, too lazy for songs. Could I really believe in trickle-down spirituality? Like I've done all a service in averting my eyes. And whose pain could ever be mine when I'm too far above it to even remember I came from the bramble and will always be the mouse's naked baby? Thank you. See you in the next one.